Let's do question number 4. Now it says that an electrician charges fixed fee for house visits plus an additional charge based on the time spent. Now this has been given by the formula y is equal to 40 times x positive 75, and we are asked to complete this table. This is the table that is being given. So x is the time spent and y is the charge. So if you just mix a visit, right, with no time spent, you have to pay him $75. So 1 hour, then let me fill this up: 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So and it can go on 7 hours, 8 hours, 9 hours, but our data ends at 6 hours. Now for 1, it's 1 hour spent is $115. So for 2 hours spent, x is equal to 2, you have to find the value of y. So 40 times 2 positive 75, 80 positive 75. You can use a calculator if you want. This is going to give you 155, right? Just a check. So 80 added with 75, okay, 155. Now 3 is given as 195. So x is equal to 3, y is equal to 40 times 3, positive 75. This is 120 plus 75, 195. Okay, for 4, you can find out x is equal to 4, what happens? Y is equal to 4 times of 4 plus 75, 160 plus 75, that's 235, right? 160 plus 75, okay, 235. So 235, x is equal to 5275, x is equal to 6, y is equal to 4 times of 6 plus 75, 240 plus 75, this will give you 315. So 240 plus 75, 315. So this is the first part of the solution. Now the second part of the solution is they want us to draw a graph. Okay. Let me use the graph is not to scale. I'm only trying to give an approximate figure. Okay. This is going to be the x-axis. On the graph, you use 2 cm. This is given 2 cm to be as 1 hour on the x-axis. So this is my x-axis. So 2 cm is 1 hour. So you have 1 hour here, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. And then it says you use 2 cm as $50 on the y-axis. Okay, $50, 50, 100, 150, 200, 250, 300, 350, 400. Okay, and now you plot which is you have 7 pairs, you plot for 0, no time spent, it's going to be $75. This is an approximate graph, right? So 75 will be somewhere over here, 0 and 75, and then you have 1 and 115. 100, 115 will be somewhere over here, and then 2 and 155, 2 and this is 2 and 155 will be somewhere over here. Okay, 3 and 195, 3 and 195. So 3 and 195, right? So that's going to be over here, somewhere over here. And 4 and 235. 4 and 235 will be somewhere over here. It's not touching the mark, just okay. 235 and 5 and 275, 5 and 275 just above here, and 6 and 315, 6 and 315. Okay, so you connect it. So this is a linear graph. Okay, this is a linear graph, and the equation is y is equal to 40x positive 75. Now, using your graph, the total charges when you took 4.5, when the time is 4.5, x is equal to 4.5. Now, to be on the safe side, I'm going to take 4.5 here. I'm going to use it like this. Okay, so you can, there's no harm in writing the equation and substituting the value. So 40 multiplied 4.5 plus 75, so 255. So 4.5 is here, right? And you can, what you can do is 255, you have to clock somewhere over here. Okay, so this figure is not to scale, excuse me. So 4.5 hours is say, let me just take this as 4.5 hours. Okay, 4.5 and 255. Roughly over here. Okay, this is 255. Okay, so you make sure that there is the intersection there. Okay, so this is how much of money that has been obtained. Now the time and hours spent on a job, if the total charge is 300. Okay, if y is equal to $300, we have to find x. So $300, so you substitute here 300, 40 times x plus 75, so 300 minus 75 is equal to 40x. So what happens? 300 minus 75, 225. So 40x is 225. So x is 225 divided by 40. So 5 divides 8 times 5 divides 4 times and 5 times. 45 divided by 8. What is that? 45 divided by 8. So this is equal to 5.625. Now you have to give it in hours or minutes. Now you take this point 0.625 and you multiply it with 60 minutes. So this is 37.5 minutes. So 5 hours and 37.5 minutes. That should be the solution of this question. Okay, so of course you can actually hit the line a little bit further away, because for 5 it is 2.7, this point is 2.75, but this is 300, right? You say 300, this will go beyond and falling roughly over here. Okay, so this is 5 hours and 37.5 minutes. Okay, so that's the solution for that question. So fixed charges for no visit. So y is equal to 40x positive 75. Fixed charge for no visit. So this is got by finding the y-intercept. You need to state that y-intercept, find y-intercept. So how are you going to find y-intercept? Put x is equal to 0 in 1. I take this as 1. So that means y is equal to 40 of 0 plus 75. So y is equal to $75. So you have to state it like this. This is the solution. Okay, fixed charge for a visit. So this is not no visit, this is for a visit. Okay, so there's a typo slip there, so this is for a visit. Okay, now the next point says draw the lines as to how you have obtained the solution for this one and for this one. So we've already drawn. So make sure that you are drawing on grid lines. So when you draw on grid lines, taking the scale, you will be able to reach it perfectly. But I am doing it on a plain sheet, and that's why these are a little bit off the track. Anyway, the objective is to make sure that you are able to understand and grasp the concept. So with this, we come to the end of this question. We will move on to the next one.